Hey guys, welcome to our Tukul session number 30. This is your host tonight, John Ngong, and I really thank you very much for finding the time to join us. Last week we could not have our session because of the general internet problem in Juba, and thank you guys for your support and cooperation. Yeah, you guys came up with ideas like we could reschedule this and then have it running in the next session. So that's why we're here today with more or less the same topic. We are having a discussion tonight, and it's going to be an open one on career. It's going to be like a career talk. This is a topic that we don't also want to shy off from it, and we do not want to say, hey, we can give career advice, and that is a technical topic reserved for people with human resource and everything. But I do not think we can really shy away from the career talk for long, because it's either, as young people now, you already have some career you're following, or you have a career that you aspire to have, you know. So in that case, if you're already running like you're already into your career, and this is like your budding stage, you're forming and then trying to develop yourself, I believe this topic tonight is yours. And again, even if you are not in the formal employment or something, you are running your own business or something, that's also a career, by the way. So yeah, I believe this is a topic that we really want to zoom in tonight and talk about it. And yeah, so what we'll do is that we'll just share a few notes. And like as we always do in the Tukul here, a bit of research. We don't want to talk about things that are just in the air, but we'll do a bit of research, try to contextualize them, and bring them to the Tukul here and have an open discussion with them. So what we'll do is that we'll like run a bit of sharing for like 10 minutes and then open it up for discussion. And I really want to hear from you guys in terms of what are you doing to have to put your career on the path, or maybe develop it, or what are the steps you're already taking. Really want to learn from you guys, man. Yeah. So yeah, let's do this then. So yeah, when we talk about career, we're talking about how you are developing yourself in relation to the job you are doing or the job you want to do, right? So sometimes we might say, I want to do like formal training, go to school and get a master's degree in it and everything. Yeah, that's okay. Sounds a bit traditional, yeah, but that's okay. But then few things we want to do tonight, these are things that are within your control. Sometimes you might want to go do a master's degree or PhD in relation to your career, but you may not have the time, the resources, and maybe the physical presence to do that. But then there are some things that are within your control that you could do on a daily basis. These are the things we really want to talk about tonight. So the things that you can do as an individual to advance your career are for me, this is like the fun part of developing yourself, right? Like you're not in school, but you're also developing yourself in the same spirit that you would be doing if you were really in a formal school. All right. So from a bit of research we have done in the Tukul, these are a few things that we have come to realize when it comes to career development. One thing is that, guys, if you are working, you have a formal work that takes you from 9 to 5, let's say from 8 to 5 every day, Monday to Friday. I would say that's okay. You have a very good opportunity there to fulfill other things that you might want to that you're responsible for. But then you also have an opportunity to develop yourself. Which one is that? You have the weekends, guys. Yeah, it's called the power of weekend. This is a new concept. I would say I learned it like 2 weeks ago. It's called the power of weekend. The weekends are not for people who are career focused. The weekends are not time for us to say, oh, we socialize, we go have a bottle with colleagues, chill with the big boys and everything, and or just lousy around. No, the concept of the power of the weekend hit me differently when I came across it. It's like weekend is actually the very it's like finest moment you have to develop yourself. If, for example, you say you want to explore concepts around the work you are doing, you want to read articles around it, you want to do maybe book reading about it, or you just want to have thoughts around the career, weekend is the best time to do it. And one thing is that it could be tricky because it's already weekend, guys, like going to have a lazy weekend and everything, chill, or maybe do laundry and visit people. Career focused people don't really do this anymore now, right? And the time's running out. So the point now is that we embrace weekend, like we really wait for the weekend. When we say thank God it's Friday, that's for real. For career focused people, thank God it's Friday. You're going to put that work schedule back there, or put it at your subconscious, but have the weekend to say, how do I develop myself, even for the task that I'm going to do from next week? All right, say maybe you're going to do a community engagement next week. If you really want to develop that, you could also use the weekend to learn properly about it, share, think, or maybe learn how other people have been doing it or what that community is. Just like a fun way of learning about that community. What are their livelihoods? What is their demographic like, and everything, right? So those fun ways. But then formally also, you could really use the weekend to do some serious learning. It's a lot of content online. There's a lot of articles to read. It's a lot of books and everything. So yeah, so the weekend there is one big resource that people are not tapping in. Why? Because it is being wasted most of the times. Yeah. So that's one thing. And then one realization, guys, is that your career development is happening on weekly basis. It's actually happening week by week. So if a week passes and you didn't do anything related to developing your career, no, that you are wasting that time. You're wasting your career. So if, for example, a week goes and I did not read 5 articles about program development, for example, or maybe work politics, or maybe trends in humanitarian work, or maybe entrepreneurship or something, if a week passes and I didn't do that, you guys know I'm not doing well in terms of developing my career. So yeah, so the idea of the concept of week as the tangible measure of your career development is, to me, yeah, it's another beautiful concept right there. Because sometimes if you measure day by day, there will be days you have a headache, you didn't take enough water today, or maybe you had a tough day at work, or you really want to rest. This is it. Your body needs rest, right? Rest, sleep, and everything. So if you count it by day, you might be frustrated. You might, today I'm tired and I'm going to sleep, but then you will feel like a loser because you didn't do something related to your career development. But yeah, so if you let a day pass, okay, the day would be minute to measure your progress. But if you measure it week by week, you are there, man. You will have your weekly targets. If you hit them, you feel motivated. If you don't hit them, you feel like, what did I do? I need to do more next week, right? So yeah, the concept of your career happening week by week is also another strong one in my view. So we have 2 things already down the line: the power of the weekend, and then embracing week by week progress as far as your career development is concerned. All right. So I have another concept. It's called the student mentality. This is to say, you cannot arrive. You cannot arrive to say, I have known everything about monitoring and evaluation. I've known everything about proposal development. I've known about everything in regards to nutrition, things that you cannot arrive, because there's always new things to learn. There's always a new thing to learn, right? So that is to say, you don't see yourself as an expert. The experts, man, that's the biggest scam right there. When people begin to call you specialists, they begin to call you experts. Know that they are setting up. That's a trap right there. You might find yourself doing that thing for a very long time because I have arrived. I'm the expert. I'm the specialist. But no way, bro. You have to continue developing yourself. Say, I'm a student. What have I learned today about food security? What did I learn today about things like data analysis? If that's what your career is all about, yeah. So the student mentality is another thing to add to that. And then one thing that that is really stressed from the research we have done is that, at work, people will give you work. They will praise you. You'll do your appraisals, everything. But one thing they will not tell you is, they will not ask you, hey man, there's a new opportunity in this country. Can you go there, try it for like 2 or 3 months to develop your career? They will not do that. So whose responsibility is it? It's yours. So if you see an opportunity to like go try your skills in another place, please apply, embrace it, and take it as yours. And also another thing is you could ask, your boss, also look out, watch out for those opportunities, and keep asking, hey, can I try this opportunity? If it is yours, you will take it. If not, you will still wait, and then you have another, keep watching out for those opportunities. So the point is, they say like they'll put you in the box until they cannot put you there anymore. What does it mean? It means they say, hey, keep doing this, and then you take it out. Keep doing this, take it on. But they will not tell you, hey, there's new opportunity here. Can you watch it out? Maybe very, very few bosses will do that. But you, as somebody who's career focused, watch out for those opportunities, man. Grab them and take them as yours. And indeed, they will be yours, right? And then one thing that is also that's important for your career development is the human part of things. At work, you work with colleagues, you work with people who have emotional connection to things. So watch out also for that energy, the energy you carry around. You cannot lie with energy. If colleagues see you as somebody who gives them negative energy, when they succeed, you don't celebrate with them. When they tell you brilliant ideas, you tend to, is it abscond, or maybe just don't want to pick interest in the successes of others. If people detect that kind of energy in you, man, they will not give you opportunities also to celebrate. All right. So in that case, it's also good to show them genuine energy, genuine interest to support their goals, and also complete like good intentions in terms of supporting others to grow. So that leaves very small space for politics at work. Yeah, you cannot escape politics at work, but it cannot be your mode of operation. That if you play politics at work, from my experience, you win in the short term. Okay, like you get the next assignment, you get maybe to the next next opportunity, but this is short term. But if you really want to have the long term, in terms of looking at it from your career perspective, man, it's good to invest in or a bit of emotional intelligence. How do you relate with the colleagues? And that also brings us to the last point that we have in the research, same research that we did. It's in terms of relationships that you live, that you have while working with people. If you go to a new place, new job, or even same old place, you keep getting new colleagues into job. People come and go, and or you can also go and join new colleagues, join new teams. Man, the relationships that you will develop at that point will really determine a lot, because relationships outlive assignments. People have contracts for like 6 months. Sometimes they have contracts for like 1 year. But if you have good relationship with people, that could be lifetime, right? So good relationships actually outlive contracts that you have at work. They outlive assignments that you do with a colleague, So in that case, it's worthwhile to invest in them. Straight up, I have had people asking me, for example, after having worked with them, say, "Hey, there's an opportunity here. Would you want to try?" And I would try, and I have it. Yeah, it has happened to me twice, actually. Yeah, 3 times, I would say, where you have a colleague whom you worked with before hitting you and be like, "Hey, there's an opportunity. Would you want to try?" You try it and it works. But if you had like a terrible relationship with them, they will not even think of you when that opportunity comes, even if they know you are the guru of that thing. Say this is about data analysis and there's an opportunity for data analysts in their job, they will not think of you. They will not even want to look at that, because if they think of a data analyst, they might even think of you, and you had up like a terrible relationship with them. Yeah, man, it will not work. So that kind of relationship, investing in your relationships is also very important. Yeah. So basically, that's what we have researched about the topic tonight. Maybe run through them quickly. We said, yeah, the weekends are there for you, man. Grab them, use them, and then your career is actually developing week by week. That's the second one. And then you embrace the student mentality. You are never the specialist. You are not even an expert. And then again, we say, if there are opportunities for growth, look out, watch out for them, and also ask that you want to really take them on. That's the third one. And then the energy you get around at work is very important. And then your relationships are really, really important. Oh yeah, guys. So that's the end of our presentation. And this was just like a fun way of looking at career development, guys. Right. So this is not like things you go to a classroom and learn from, but basically short reflection on what could really work. And now I really want to hear from you guys. Let me open it back to you. And if you want to react to part of the presentation that I just made, feel free. But you also want to share in your, like, how are you having fun developing yourself? Actually, this is the main point tonight. You know, it's a career talk, but like fun ways to develop yourself, go to the next level. Yeah, let me hear from you guys. Open your mic or raise your hand, and it's all yours. It's going out once. It's going out twice. The mic is still going around for the third time. Don't let it go, guys. All right. So yeah, let me hear from you guys. What do you think? Or what fun things are you doing to develop your career right now? Right? Or what has actually worked for you before that you would like somebody to benefit from? Yeah.
Yes.
Hey, Dan.
Are you getting me?
Very clearly, man.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you so much. I just want to share something that I've learned of recent, something that I didn't know I could do even after 10 years.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. 10 years ago, I've never imagined myself, seated and then telling people, coaching people about drugs and see how they can be able to get out. And I didn't know that also some of my hobbies, are some of the protective factors. Like I'm having fun, some people, and then at some point later, I realized I'm developing a new career from the one that I know.
Okay.
Yeah. And then that's when I was like, okay, fine. Now this one, I'm becoming more of some people they say is a non-clinical approach to mental health or something,
Okay.
something of that sort. Or I don't know, non-clinical psychiatrist or in that matter.
Okay.
I don't know which language to put it.
Yeah.
And then I started having this thing called the sober youth meetups. And in these sober youth meetups, we have a dance that is happening. We have games that people play, and then we have a lot of activity that's happening. And then after some time, then we have a one-on-one chat discussions and stuff like that.
Okay.
And I thought maybe I was bringing these people just a way of socializing and so that they can meet their fellow other youth who are sober friends. But technically, I didn't know that I was building myself up in helping people. So the numbers also started growing, and this is happening on a monthly basis. So it happens once a month, and I'm now building myself along that area. And every day, as you said, indeed, building a career is a week to week thing. Like after this video, after this conversation, I'll have a YouTube session on interpersonal group, on how to conduct interpersonal group therapies.
Okay.
So I continue learning, and then by the end of the month, I have a physical group in Juba that I put these ideas into reality, and then the results become so awesome. And every day, every month, I'm growing bigger, and even I'm yearning for a bigger group to handle because knowledge is there. And as you said, one of the approaches that one should be able to accept that he's a student in this life.
Yeah.
And I think that's one of the key things, because if, like me, if I use myself as an example, if I would say yes, I am a radio presenter, I've done a lot of radio work. What else do I need? Why should I lower myself new and be lectured again. And like you know nothing. You know, and then from there you also get trained, and then you start putting into this, and then don't get comfortable with that. Don't get comfortable in that.
Right.
Then you leave that comfort zone, then go for another one, and then keep on building and keep on building. And I really agree with your points of the students' mindset, and then the weekly. And if you cannot manage weekly, try monthly. Right now I'm working monthly.
Okay.
Challenging myself into monthly goals, and so it eventually starts bigger, and then you start growing yourself now to weekly or 3 weeks, 2 weeks, and then you say you have every day you have a serious goal that you need to achieve, come rain, come sunshine.
Right.
And if you put all this together with the other session we had on accountability partner, and yes, and accountability partner, you find that you'll be able to achieve a lot. And me and my accountability partner, we are okay. We are progressing.
Wow.
Progressing well.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Man.
So that's what what I want to say. I'm really having fun. Having fun and enjoying my time, but indirectly I'm also building a new career in the areas of mental health. Yes.
Wow. That's amazing, man. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dan. And I like the initiative you have started, and especially the Sober Youth Meetup. I really want to join one of these days, man. I really want to join and see how it goes.
Yeah, it's coming up. It's coming up next month.
Wow, man! Make sure you invite me on because I really want to see how it goes. And I like
coming up next month. You need to.
I'm looking forward to that. And I like the fact that you have now realized it as this is a new career that you are developing.
Yeah.
You know, you might not have the formal part of it, but indeed you are doing it. You know, this is the beauty around it. Yeah, so keep doing it, man. Yeah, have fun, bro.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, thank you so much. Yeah, I see hand raised from Sidonia. Sidonia, take it up. Hi, Sidonia.
Hello.
Hey.
Yes, can you guys hear me?
Yes, clearly on my side.
Yes, we do.
I want to comment a bit. For the point that you have shared, I think they are really amazing tonight. Thank you for that.
Yeah, you're welcome, but you're breaking in. You're breaking, Sidonia. Your voice is breaking right now.
Even now?
Yeah,
yes, you are clear.
It was in and out. Yeah.
Terrible network, Sidonia.
Okay, maybe I will give the opportunity to another person to talk, and
it's
then
getting clearer actually. Again. No, it's getting clearer
you are
right
clear.
now.
You are loud and clear now.
Okay, thank you. Yes, I was talking about the attitude and also the energy at the workplace, and how it can also influence your career growth and stuff. So what I also wanted to say about it is also when even our interaction with our bosses. Sometimes another way that I've adapted for myself is that, you know, some company do something differently. For me, what I've decided is that whenever it's something that I'm told, oh, we could have done it differently, I do not take it negatively. I try to find an opportunity to be better. So the best way, whenever you have maybe you have something that you would want to work on, the thing could be, don't look at it like you are doing it for the person. You are doing it for yourself, and ask yourself, how could I do things differently? How could I do better? You know, You have written a report and then you get it back and they're like, oh, could you kindly fine tune 1, 2, 3? So instead of looking at the report and be like, why is the report being sent back instead of it being taken forward? Or you would be like, why is my boss being petty about the report? No, we shouldn't take it like that. It would be an opportunity for you. You look at it and be like, oh, actually, this is an opportunity for me to look into my reporting skills and see what other resources do I have in regard to reporting. How could I do it differently in the next time? So this one, at the same time, you're meeting the needs of the other person. At the same time, you're also pushing yourself forward to be able to do better next time. And also you are able to give you a good attitude and you are motivated instead of being demotivated, which helps you to be able to continue to do your work better. And also with the interaction and the relationship is very important that you maintain, we all have interests. So like, and usually if you're this kind of a person who is always pushing your interests before what others want, then by the end of the day, you're going to have issues with people because everybody have interests. It's like when you talk to people want to tell you about their stories. But if you want to tell them all about your stories, at the long run, they're going to get tired listening to you. But if you listened about what they have to say, you're going to have a very long conversation. So it's also picking interest and trying to strike a balance in meeting your interests and also that of the others. Second point is about the weekend. For me, I think it's an opportunity. Like you have the weekend to be able, like you really have long hours whereby you can read and be able to build yourself. However, to some extent, I think we also need to rejuvenate. We also need to also go out, talk to people, meet real people, and not bury ourselves in books. So to me, also to a certain extent, I would suggest that we do not put all our time into like career growth or everything. When we have the weekend, let's also take the time, talk to our colleague, laughter loud. I learned also like recently about the power of laughter. So it's like if you get a chance to laugh, you are able to overcome challenges easily than a kind of person who is always enclosed to yourself. You get the chance to interact with people. So it's very important that you also give yourself time to go out, interact with different people, get to listen to jokes, to their comedies, go there, get to laugh your lungs out. If you have a family, spend some time with them, and then you also spare some time for your self-growth.
Right.
That is it from my side.
Thank you very much. That's wonderful there. And I like the point about interaction actually. Yeah, I think maybe we can have an hybrid approach to this thing. Like hybrid means the weekend is not just there for us to lousy around, but it's also for us to like maybe hit some targets around your career. But since it is a weekend anyway, and it's going to be long, right? We have to find time for sure. Our visibility is very important in the community. We need to show up and meet people. And also that's another way to create new concept, right? And also another way, actually, you could even meet somebody who could support you in the career in the long run, isn't it? And you could go outside and have like coffee with somebody while talking about your career development. So yeah, ties in very well there. Thanks for bringing up the other side of it. It has really widened my thinking or approach towards the beauty of the weekend around there. So thank you very much. We really appreciate that. And I see a hand from Philip. Philip, would you like to take it up?
Yes, I have some addition on the topic.
Yes.
Before I started, I would like to welcome you, Ngong, and thank you for presentation.
Thank you.
And also full members. It had been a while to meet. I remember last week we had hustling with the network connectivities until we call it off.
Yeah.
At least today is much better. Though the participants are not more to our expectation. It is nice.
The conversation is going on.
What I would like to add upon is on human part.
Yes.
With the career developments, we also, like you have put across before, that the energy you want to use, that is all about commitment.
Yes.
How would you commit yourself to develop your career? That way you talk about, weeks or like weekends and, a student attitude.
Yeah.
You may find yourself as a fresh graduate. You may say, why should I waste my time in reading?
Yeah.
I have just came out from school.
Yes.
Still I'm fresh. That is not enough.
Yeah.
I also mean to say, why can't you have that feeling? I mean, the spirit of consultation. In a time you are lucky to get a job related to your career, why can't you give that thoroughly and extremely, accessing more information? Because what you learned from school was theory. Now
Yes.
you are on ground and a practical part of your career development.
Yeah.
So with those kind of commitment and consultation, regardless of facilities issues, that I may talk like we could not have enough power to research. You may not have internet. At least that particular period of time when you have a little time to approach your boss to say, my boss, I feel like to know this. How do I put it? You may ask your boss the knowledge you have. Can I apply this way? If you don't have that perception of rigidity, a boss may allow you to have knowledge, and that how come to realize. I mean, to realization of your what of your knowledge of allocation of career development.
Yeah.
So with those issues like commitment and consultation, you can also develop your career. You have that student attitude rather than being at least giving your time to learn more. So this this is what I can add on human parts based on our presentation. That is, I think it is point number 4. It is nice. What I may across as one of the challenge that some people, let's say academician, reluctant to revise and also to develop on their career is the issues to do with facilities, as I said before. One is network connectivity problem. You may find that people learn from the school how to research, but when come to this country of ours, based on this country context, you may realize that struggling with network, power, bundles, you feel like I don't want to continue disturbing myself. I did be in other countries. I remember when I was in Uganda, weekends, holiday are the really days where everybody is struggling to develop his or her. Based on the facility, based on the nature and the context of that particular, learning grounds. So with issues, especially in our country, and this problem of employment issues, you may find that your career is drilling and declining day and night because you even lost communication, leave alone connectivity. So that could have been another challenge, but we cannot give it up. We can still try that, and we made it up. Otherwise, thank you so much. This presentation is a bit fruitful. I may say it is extremely fruitful because it's talking about the and how we shall handle our career as we go. Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you very much, Philip, for the contribution right there, and also for expanding more on the topic, especially on the challenges that we may face here. Yeah, man. Yeah, it's a lot of when it comes to like, especially if somebody wants to develop his or her career in South Sudan and like on online tools, it could be a bit challenging, right? Because not everyone is equally connected, and sometimes in the cities or in towns is where you find a bit of connection, but in other places like in the field or in the villages, it might not be so, right? But then there are other things too to explore, right? We talked about developing the human relationship, the energy at work, and using the weekend also to study a bit. Yeah, these are things we could still do. And actually having the mentality, wow, these things can still apply, right? Having the student mentality right there. And so when it comes to access now to online content, that's where it might be a bit challenging. But depending a lot also on where you are. Yeah. But for sure, it's our responsibility and duty, man, to make sure that when we have a career, we should not say, oh, now I have a good job, I'm a manager now, a specialist, hey, that word I don't like. And then maybe now I'm already employed. What is the point? I went to school, now I'm employed. So that has to go, it has to go beyond, this. And the attitude right there is the student mentality, as we talked about. So yeah, thank you very much for that contribution. Any other thoughts or contributions around the room? Any other contribution, guys? Yeah, we still have some time in our time slot for the discussion here. Yeah. What are the fun things? I really want to hear about that part now. What are the fun things you guys are doing to develop your careers, man? Let me put the spotlight on you guys. What are the fun things you guys are doing, like maybe doing on a weekly basis to develop your career? Anything around? Here, Sidonia?
What do you mean by fun things? Things like what?
Like something you could be doing, and then it's fun while you're doing it, right? But then in the long run, it contributes to your career. For me, I can give you my example, right? I sit down and say, this week, I want to read 15 articles. And these 15 articles are in a way related to my career, or in a way related to developing myself as a person, right? So by the end of the week, I look, in the week, I'll be like, hey, how many articles have I read now? Maybe there are 7, I need to read one more. Even in between tea breaks, or even when I'm going home, or maybe I'm just waiting for a friend, these are things I'm doing. It sounds like fun, but I know in the long run, it's going to contribute to my career, right? Yeah, or maybe at the end of the week, I generate a percentage and say, oh man, I did like 70%, and I was supposed to do this. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Anything you guys are doing around that?
I wouldn't call it, for me, I wouldn't call it fun.
Okay.
Because I make myself do it.
It's serious. Okay.
But I feel it's serious because I make myself do it. I want something that I could do lightly running around, but this one, I have to wake up. I have to create time for it, like I have to be like, oh, for the next 30 minutes, I'm going to sit down. I'm going to read about my work. You see?
Okay.
For me, this is what I do it occasionally. I don't do it like, I'm not super intentional about it, but I do it. I do it sometimes. Maybe once in a week or twice a week, I would sit down and read something in the aspect of the work that I do. But I wouldn't call it fun because I feel like I have to make myself do it.
It comes.
It doesn't come naturally.
Okay. Yeah. What if you are listening to something like a podcast, for example, and the podcast has super interesting ideas? Yeah, it has like super interesting ideas. That would be fun, right? Like to me, it would trigger my mind, and I would like it.
Fun. Yeah, of course, that would be fun. But for me, it's like when I listen to podcasts, it's not things related to my work. It's things that about, socially, like things about maybe psychology, about human behavior. And these are things that I find super interesting. Some things that I find, these are things that we do every day. And we think, oh, actually, you realize why things happen the way they happen. So for me, that is what I find fun. Sometimes at my workplace, I'd be sitting doing something and then I just plug it in and I listen and I feel like, wow, I have to really, and there's some podcasts I've listened to, I'm like, no, wow. This one, when I go home, I have to listen to it again because I feel like I really want to give it all my attention without having to multitask about it. So this is, for me, these are things that I'll call fun.
That is awesome, right there. In fact, this is another paradox with developing yourself. While just like, let's say, informally, you don't do it for the career or for the job, but you might find in the long run, it contributes to your performance at work. Let's say you are just listening to a podcast on emotional intelligence. That doesn't have to do anything to do with anything in your job description, right? You don't handle people's emotional intelligence, but you had a podcast on emotional intelligence. But if you assimilate that and you learn some concepts around it and you apply it and you go and maybe you go to work the following week, you can have a colleague say, hey, come man, let's talk about emotional intelligence. Then you connect, right? So the human part is coming back there. The relationships are being built. Your energy with that colleague will be positive. And then maybe at work also, you need to apply emotional intelligence in a way, whether you're doing sales or you're doing whatever. What do you think? Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that is absolutely right. It's true. It's like to some extent, it doesn't have something to do directly with my work, but
Yes.
in other ways, I interact with people. I do not work alone. I work with people, and also with the project that I do, also do it with people. So in as much as I interact with my co-workers, I also have to interact with the people that we do projects for. So it also is very important for me to have the skills in that sector. Yeah, thanks.
Okay, thanks a lot. Any other ideas, guys? Feel free to unmute. Yeah, I really want to hear the fun things you guys are doing, or the painful things you guys are doing in the week to contribute to your. Is it like personal development, something? And by the way, if another,
I'm going to talk again.
Okay, yeah, come back in, come back.
If people are not talking, I'm going to talk again.
Yeah, you have the space.
Okay, another thing is that I sometimes take online courses.
Okay.
Things related to my work.
Yes.
So it's like I would go to the website. We have a website in our institution whereby you could go to do courses related to your work. Okay. And courses that are actually general. So this is what I do sometimes. I would go there and take up courses. And this is something that I find is super helpful also to give you general ideas, and it also like shape your skills and your expertise in the work that you do. Okay. And also sometimes there are webinars. I also try to create time to attend those also. Something that's like nice. That, webinars, and also interaction with other colleagues, people who have experience in the same field. That this is another way that you could interact with them, discuss with them, and try to get their ideas, how they have done their work before, and how are they continuing to do their work, and then from there you could also learn from them what you could do differently in your career. Yeah. So it's like something like that. Thank you.
That's nice. Thank you very much, Sidonia, for your contribution, like additional contribution to that. Yeah, guys. Yeah, Philip, let me hear from you.
Yes, yes, I want to add on. I think the question is right over there. It's okay, but depend on a willing body. What I mean is, some people may time themselves to, today I want to do this, the other day I want to do this. Then by the time you repeat it 3 times, it has become a culture.
Yes.
And when it becomes a culture, anytime it seems like it click into your mind, today I want to do this and that.
Yes.
But in a situation where you are not, conversant with the situation supposed to do this and that, you may realize that you abstained. What I normally do, especially currently, I had my all the course line, course unit I did when I was in the school.
Okay.
So I had all this course unit on my flash disk.
Okay.
So I used to go offline because I could not able to access some books on Google and website.
Yeah.
I may not be able to log on because of one reason or another.
Yeah.
Network, maybe the work I'm doing may not allow me to have that time. So when I get 1 hour, 2 hour, I may log on and check on my this one soft copy and read 1, 2 to 3 based on what I have learned. Could be at that particular course unit, I did not get it well, so I have to revise myself. Was it clear? If not clear that time, does it make sense now?
Yes.
As I'm out from the school. So that how sometimes I try it, but not every day, because here you may find that you are working where a place of your resident is a bit far. You leave on Friday, you come back Sunday.
Yes.
So the moment to and fro, like migration, may not give you a chance to take time and give yourself, timetable to do that. It is not everybody, at least lucky you, based on your explanation.
Yeah.
I'm seeing people are in paradise. You have power around you. At least you people are lucky. But otherwise, that is the reality. That
Mhm.
is the reality. To make yourself committed in everything you want to do, you
Mhm.
must have at least some resource,
Yeah.
including your time.
Yeah.
Including your time. If you don't
Mhm.
have time with this crisis of ours,
Mhm.
you may get a call. The other one is calling here in 30 minutes. The other one
Mhm.
is in 1 hour. You piss off
Yeah,
and
man.
leave what you are
That's so
doing.
true.
So
Mhm.
that's how I am managing it. I don't know
Mhm.
the rest, but at least the contact itself
Yeah.
dictate the answer we are supposed to give.
Mhm. True.
Mm.
All right. Yeah, thank you. Thank you very much, Philip. That's so true right there, man. Like, yeah, it depends a lot. You might have good intentions, but then the logistics is hard around this. Right. So yeah, other ways also is to have those tricks, like the way you said, you have offline content, that something you can read. And by the way, the good thing is that you are developing yourself in bits. It's not like a full-blown activity. So even if you do like 30 minutes and say intentionally, I'm going to dedicate 30 minutes of my time to read something new, you're good right there. Yeah. So that's a nice one, Philip. Thanks for that. Yeah, guys, it looks like we have come to the top of the hour now. And yeah, thank you very much for your contribution tonight. It has been another wonderful Tuple session. And if there are no more contributions from the room, we will give it a close. What do you guys think? Yeah.
Oh, yes. I think today participants are not there. Maybe they are worried of the network, or some may log on and realize that maybe network is not okay and they decline. I don't know, but at
No
least
problem. That's why we record it. That's why we recorded actually, and we're going to share it with them. And yeah, they will find their time to go through the session and also share their comments. Sometimes people also comment on it when we post it on our YouTube space. YouTube channel, people comment there. So yeah, it's all theirs actually.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
For me, I think also numbers will not matter.
Yes.
The important thing is that we are few here, but we manage also to learn from one another,
Sure.
and then that's the beauty. Next time, if they attend, it's okay. Me sometimes when I don't attend, sometimes I come, I find myself I'm taken offline, and then I have to go and wait when it's uploaded, and that's when I also learn. I think we are so lucky to contribute and also to learn from each other.
Okay.
Especially Sedonia, there I picked a lot of things from her, and then I was trying to reflect back at work. And then some things I really went off the hook. I hope to get back on track.
You're not calling friends or family now? I'm joking now.
It's really beautiful. Yeah, it's really beautiful.
Okay. Yeah, this is the beauty of this space, guys. And I really thank you very much for your time, for your contribution. Yeah, we can have the conversation. By the way, like with this thing, even if we have only 2 people joining the room, we will hit the conversation, man. And it goes out there, right? So let us not shy off. Like even if the audience is small, the live audience is small, the offline or maybe the virtual viewers can also be many, right? So let's keep joining in, talking to one another, learning. Yeah. So then you want to say something?
I think it's true. No, it's nothing. I just wanted to say it's true. Whenever we have few, I think we contribute more. I'm not saying that people should not attend. Let them do not record that part. People hear that they say Sedona does not want us in the group.
Yes. Actually, yeah, the smaller the audience or the room, the more we tend to contribute more, right? Yeah. Beautiful, right? That too. Okay.
Thank you,
Yeah.
guys.
Okay, guys. All right. Have a good night from our side and see you in the next Tukul session. Yeah.
All right. Thank you. Safe flight, my Mazev.
Good night, everyone.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Bye.